For more on the results, Naveen Jaggi joins us now in an exclusive interview. He is JLL's President of Retail Advisory Services. Great to have you with us. You heard our conversation about the concern about credit, et cetera. What are you seeing in terms of consumer behavior? Does it reflect any of these worries?
I think in many ways it does. We've done a survey for over 1,000 consumers, and this is quite telling, and that tells us that for the overall broad consumer, they're pulling back. They're spending less money this year than last year. But it's a complex story. As we talked about earlier today, we can see that the top 10 to 20% of household earners in the USA are going to spend more. It's the bottom 50, 60, 70% that are holding back. And that's pretty consistent with what we expect from the market exposure, as was talked about in this table a minute ago. Only 50% of U.S. households are actually in the market. There's a whole 50% that aren't in the market. For them, when the market goes up, it's kind of irrelevant to them. So for them, they're looking at how long will their dollar go, and as a result, where they shop. And they're going to shop at Walmart, Target, Dollar General, Ross Dress for Less, TJX, as opposed to Nordstrom.
Right. So for the retail clients that JLL handles, at what point do they start making decisions about space for the next year? And does it hinge on this holiday shopping season? So they're trying to sort of overlay where you're seeing spending pullbacks along with the retailers and what they might do.
So that's a good question. So retailers really think in two ways. There's the operating company, the OpCo, then there's a real estate group. The real estate group right now is looking at product that they're going to open up in 27 and 28, not right now. So they're making a real estate decision for a consumer and a retailer that says, how's the market looking in 24 months? And in most cases, I've talked to every retailer we can think about, they're bullish on the consumer on the long haul. What happens today, next week, or next month isn't what they're betting on. They're betting on 2 years, 3 years from now.
Obviously, the employment picture is first and foremost in terms of the spend. But outside of that, in your sort of studies, what scares the consumer from spending? What type of event?
Well, there's a number of events. First of all, this soft job market definitely scares them. Secondary, this constant talk of tariff puts unease. They actually don't know what it's going to cost them, no matter what the retailer does. And many retailers have said they're not passing that cost increase to the consumer. That doesn't matter. There's a bit of doubt in their minds. So between what's happening at the pump, what's happening at the home level, what's happening with job security, and then the last piece, which I don't want to think is minimized. Look, there's a lot of stress in the world out today. Wars in Ukraine, wars in Israel, all those things start to seep into your mind. You ask yourself, do I need that or do I want that? And sometimes wanting gets passed up for need. And that's what we're seeing most consumers decide right now.
So, Naveen, thanks for being here. A question about direct-to-consumer. We're looking at Nike was out today, and they went way too far, direct-to-consumer and back. What does that mean for people looking for retail space? Do you think we have found the plateau level?
I think for the most, I think for the most part, the retailers have said, we don't see the U.S. consumer going heavily into online only. Roughly 16% of U.S. consumers surveyed said they were going to be online only. Otherwise, 84% are saying going to shop at the brick and mortar stores. We are at a long historical supply shortage in retail real estate space. We haven't had this kind of problem in about 40 years. We won't solve that demand until we actually start building real estate space. So to give you some context, what that means is during the heydays of the 2000s, we were delivering 200 million plus square feet of real estate space per year. Right now, we're delivering less than 40 million square feet right now. So from 2010 to 2023, we delivered less than a billion. But between 2002 and 2007, we delivered $1 billion. There's a severe shortage in real estate space. So retailers right now are looking at second-generation space, not new space. There's only a few states where you really have significant development going on. Florida, Georgia, Texas. Other states, not so much.